Highway 46. Charlie, see you here. It's kind of slick out there. You don't have to go really slow, but I've got some handouts here. I think I've got plenty. I wasn't sure how many people's going to be. If you want to pass them out or whatever. So on here I've got Representative Jim Baird. Jim's up in District 44, and with the new redistricting, he's got the northern part of the county. So he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it today or not because he had an 8 o'clock coffee or breakfast there in Putnam County. So, but Jim's going to try to get down here possibly next month. And also Representative Ralph Foley. He wasn't able to make it this morning, but I don't know what's happened in Morgan County, but you know, as far as people retiring and that type of thing, but Ralph Foley has retired from his seat. But he'd like to get here next month and talk a little bit about his tenure there at the State House. But well, it's as far as you know, there has been, I think, from the House 371 House bills that were filed, and of course over in the Senate there was 415 Senate bills that were filed this past month. But you know, the Democrats, they're there in the State House, but they're not. They will not come into the chambers when we have session, and it's unfortunate. But Pat Bauer, Representative Bauer, yesterday, he said on the House floor that come Monday at high noon, he's planning on being there with his with the other Democrats. So we'll see. But anyway, we can't have second readings like they can in the Senate because we just don't have a quorum. So, but we can still have the committee hearings. We can still listen to testimony pertaining to some bills, but we have several bills on second reading, and that's kind of where we stand right now. But anyway, a lot of demonstrations, a lot of people up there. Yesterday we had the cosmetologists up there dealing with House Bill, I think 1006. I don't know why that even made a committee hearing, but dealing with, you know, people, barbers, hairstylists. I got my hair cut yesterday. My barber was telling me that couldn't understand why they had this bill, but something about doing away with their licensing and so forth. As far as you don't need a license to cut hair and that type of thing. So I think that's not even going to go anywhere. But anyway, a lot of, as well as demonstrations up there with labor unions and different unions throughout the state, throughout the Midwest, people up there talking about the right to work situation. Again, and hopefully we'll have a hearing in the House this coming week about that. And I noticed there was, Senator Bray, there was 2 amendments that was adopted on Senate Bill 269 pertaining to the right to work. But we're listening to people, talking to people, but we'll just see where it leads us with that. And I've talked to them, and I've been very frank with them. And I know some of us don't agree with that, and I respect people's opinions on that. But you know, as I tell people, you know, my brother Tom, he's an IBEW 725 out of the Union Hall there in Terre Haute, electrician. And Tom and I talked about, he's been a member for 31 years. And Tom feels that he's getting value for his $240 a month that he's paying into the union. Okay? And it's a percentage, but it comes to about that. And I know some of them pays a lot less than that. But if you feel like you're getting your value for that dollar, and the people in the teachers union, if they feel like they're getting their money's worth for their dollars that they're paying into that, then they're going to stay in that union. That's how I look at it. And but I talked to some who says, well, I'm not sure if I get my money's worth out of that. So, and if they don't, then they may drop out of the union. So it's up to their situation what they want to do. So that's a big But that's a big issue and so forth on that there. But do you want to take questions now, or should we go?
Should I wait till later?
Yeah, we can do that. But anyway, there's a lot of, but there's other things to deal with and so forth. But I'm on 4 committees now. They added me besides the insurance committee, the financial institutions committee, and natural resources. They put me on government regulatory reform, and we've had a couple of hearings pertaining to that, as far as nepotism and conflict of interest, and that's going to be addressed this coming session. But again, we've just been in conference committees, hearing testimony on certain things. So it's just kind of, it is a process, it's like I tell people, but hopefully the Democrats will come back next week, and we can kind of proceed with a lot of the bills that have been filed in our house. But anyway, we'll just take it one day at a time and see what we can do and take it from there. So, but again, I guess we just open up for questions now. If you've got questions, and we can just kind of.
One thing I'd like to say before we do open it up, sorry to interrupt here, but like Stanley here from this